Hi, this is Alex Helmbrecht, the Sports Information Director at Chadron State College, and I'm sitting here this morning with Chadron State head football coach Bill O'Boyle. The Eagles improved to 2-2 on the season, more importantly 2-0 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, with a gritty 14-13 win over visiting Adams State last Saturday in Chadron. For those of you who were in attendance, it really was an exciting game. CSC took a quick 7-0 lead after Michael Madkin's 55-yard touchdown run. Adams State answered, though, a few minutes later with a 20-yard touchdown of their own from Dalton Prescott from Trevor Eggleston, their quarterback. Then the game just back and forth. It was really kind of a war of attrition until the fourth quarter. Adams State hit a couple field goals, and then Chadron State scored the game-winning touchdown. It proved to be the game-winning score with 1:38 to go. Jeremy Sundrup caught a 12-yard pass from Brandon Gorsuch. The Eagles, though, weathered a storm, and Adams State missed a potential game-winning field goal from about 38 yards out. Coach, really an exciting game to be a part of, and hopefully one of those games that your young team can learn from.
Yeah, again, we preach all the time about finishing, and this is one we did finish. We didn't necessarily play well the first half. I know offensively, I know our defense played well, and our kids came back and were resilient and did a nice job of finishing at the end of the game. So it was a big win for us against a very good Adams State team. I know Adams is much improved from the years past, and Coach Heaton's really done a nice job with those guys, and our defense is ranked number one in the league in a lot of categories. So we knew it was going to be a tough battle going in. Of course, we'd like to score a few more points, but that's the way it went, and things we need to work on this week.
Coach, kind of grinding to a win like that, a one-point victory at home, scoring in the final 2 minutes. What does that do for a team? I mean, obviously it's going to help with confidence, knowing that they can come back, but are you going to see the effects of this probably not until the end of the year?
You know, it's we've got to improve on everything we do. The way we finished today or on Saturday was it's something we haven't done all year, and it's something we're capable of doing every drive. It's just a matter of beating ourselves, which we've done pretty much all year. When you look at our penalties, we had 11 penalties for 115 yards on Saturday. So that's you just can't do that and win ball games and expect to be right there at the end. And fortunate we were, especially with our turnovers. I know we gave up in one of our breakdowns, which we always do, is sudden change on the turnovers, and that's one of our grades for a game. And we lost that again. We gave up 10 points on turnovers, and if not, I'm sure our defense would have held.
It really was kind of an ugly game from both teams. 15 combined punts. Both teams combined to convert just 8 of 31 on third down conversions. As Coach mentioned, there was 19 combined penalties for well over 200 yards. But all that matters is that you got that W.
Yeah, there's no doubt, Alex. And, when you look back at this one, everybody's just going to see a W. But it takes its toll. We've lost some kids. We got banged up. We lost some secondary kids again, and it's just been one of those years. When we've got to figure out a way to stay healthy, and the things we're doing are right. But attrition right now is killing us. We've got to stay healthy.
Speaking of those kids who've been injured, you received a jolt. You got 2 kids from Cody, Wyoming back in the starting lineup on Saturday against Adams State. Glenn Clinton, who rushed for over 1,000 yards last year, made his return, did a nice job, ran for 85 yards on 19 carries. And then Jake Blackburn, the right tackle, who was starting at the beginning of the year, who was the probable start at the beginning of the year, came back from an auto accident. So it was nice to have those guys back as well.
Yeah, it's great to get both of them back, and the way Glenn runs and how he fits our system, he's doing a great job, especially after losing Dominic. So it's great to see him back, and he's not 100%, but he with the right hand the way it is, but he's doing a nice job. Jake Blackburn didn't play as well as I'd hoped, and again coming back after the injury he received in the rollover accident. I mean, I knew it was going to take some time, but he thought he was ready, and he played 3 quarters for us, and Jake McCrary came back in the fourth quarter and did a nice job of finishing up also. So it's going to be kind of a battle between that right tackle spot to see who wants to take the job.
Really, the story of the game boiled down to the fourth quarter, and remarkably enough, the Eagles had just a little bit over, I believe, 3 minutes of time of possession in that final quarter. Adams State just controlled the clock, but the defense held strong and didn't give up any touchdowns, so the Eagles were able to get that touchdown there at the end. Coach, just talk a little bit about Brandon Gorsuch. It was his second game starting for the injured John McClain, and did a nice job there, especially at the end, directing the 2-minute offense.
You know, we pulled Brandon after kind of a shaky third quarter and just decided to go with Pat O'Boyle, who came in and did a decent job, made nice checks in the run game, but throwing-wise, I don't think his arm is strong, not near as strong as Brandon. So on that final drive, we knew we were going to have to push the ball a little bit. So we brought Brandon back in, and really Brandon settled down and did a better job than what he did the previous quarters before he got pulled, and settled down and made the right decisions. You know, right now he's just having trouble with that progression part of it as far as our throwing routes. And anytime you throw the ball, you have basically 1 to 3 primary receivers that you're looking at in progression. And right now he's not doing a real good job of following that progression of what his first read is, depending on what the defense does for us. And, you know, that's things that Coach Stein continually works with him. And I know Brandon's going to get better. John went through the same thing. All of our quarterbacks have been through that. But it's, you know, when you break in a new quarterback 2 weeks ago, you're going to experience those growing pains. So hopefully we're going to shake them here.
And things certainly won't get any easier for Chadron State this week. They have a big game. It's again at home for the homecoming festivities. Chadron State will welcome Colorado State University-Pueblo into town. The Thunderwolves are currently 4-0 on the season, ranked 14th in the nation in Division II, and have been pretty impressive this season. They went on the road the first week of the season, defeated West Texas A&M, a perennial playoff contender out of the Lone Star Conference, then defeated Northwestern Oklahoma and Fort Lewis, both big shutouts, and also defeated Adams State, the team that Chadron State played last week. And, Coach, just looking at Pueblo, they're really kind of play how Chadron State plays. They take advantage of teams' mistakes. Their defense is really sound and just doesn't let the touchdowns get in there.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Alex. They're extremely well coached. Several D1 coaches on that staff. Coach Ritson's done an unbelievable job of putting a good program together and building it from virtually nothing when he started. But a lot of support down there, and they're going in the right direction. We knew that when they came into the league, this would happen. So they should be nationally ranked. They're 4-0. They beat West Texas, who's also ranked. They're a program that's one of the better ones in D2 and going to continue to be. So we know what we're up against. It's going to be a physical game. Last year, I know our kids are still hot about that one. The way we lost the game, and it clearly falls on our shoulders. We were responsible for that loss, and it came down the wire, and we didn't execute the way we should have. And that's something we've got to improve on. Our kids know that. But definitely this is it's a turnaround game for everything for us, and having a team come in and it's ranked, we've got to play our best. And you touched on it. They do take advantage of all the mistakes that you'll make throughout a game. And good teams do that. I look back at our championship years, we were that way. Right now that's what I'm been visiting with our kids about, is the turnover ratio and the penalty ratio is unacceptable. And those are things that we have got to fix if we expect to win games like this.
Colorado Pueblo currently leads Division II in scoring defense. They're allowing just under 8.8 points a game. They're also fourth in punt returns, and they are in the top 20 in turnover margin as well, as Coach mentioned, and rushing defense. Coach, just looking at their defense, is it more of a man-to-man scheme, a zone defense? Like what are they employing on the defensive side of the ball?
Very good secondary-wise, excellent free safety, and up front, I know they lost a couple kids last year, some transfers, but they also received some transfers too. So they run mostly a 30 front. They've shown us a couple looks the last couple years that they haven't shown throughout the year. So we'll be ready for what they're going to run. Normally they're a 3 down front, and depending on what scheme their D coordinator comes into this game with, it could be a 3-3, it could be a 3-5. So we're going to prepare for everything. We'll be more than ready when they come in offensively. They have an unbelievable tailback, very good one, ranks one of the top in the nation. And he is also they have a couple good quarterbacks that are playing. Very good offensive line. They're coached well up front. They don't make mistakes. Again, just a sound team. So what we need to concentrate on is doing the job, doing our jobs, and doing it right this week. And even in practice, we've got to do things right every day. We've got to get better every time we step on a practice field if we expect to win this game.
Well, I know it's a game a lot of Chadron State faithful have been looking forward to ever since last year's 33-30 overtime loss in Pueblo, and I know a lot of people are excited for it. That game kicks off at 1:30, and there will be a lot of homecoming festivities all week. So thanks a lot, Coach, and best of luck to you against the Thunderwolves.